Welcome to B News, your home for the world's most captivating royal stories and untold love affairs that defy borders, traditions, and expectations. Today, we journey into one of the most remarkable modern love stories of our time, a real-life fairy tale that began not in a palace, but in a bar in Sydney. This is the incredible romance of Mary Donaldson, a young woman from Tasmania, and Frederik, the Crown Prince of Denmark, now the reigning king. A story of destiny, love, challenge, and transformation, told with all its emotional twists and triumphs. Born in Hobart, Tasmania, in 1972, Mary Elizabeth Donaldson had no idea her life would one day be played out on the world stage. Her early years were like many Australian children, rooted in school, sports, and family. She was the youngest of 4 siblings and raised by hardworking parents. Her father, a mathematics professor originally from Scotland, instilled in her a strong sense of discipline, while her mother nurtured her creativity and independence. Mary's life followed a quiet, stable rhythm. She earned a degree in commerce and law at the University of Tasmania, eventually taking up a career in advertising and real estate. She was smart, stylish, and deeply grounded, far from the glamour of royal life. In the year 2000, the world's eyes were on Sydney for the Summer Olympics. It was in this buzzing international atmosphere that Mary's life changed forever. One night, she visited a popular inner-city bar called the Slip-In with some friends. Among the crowd was a man introduced simply as Fred. He was charming, modest, and seemed genuinely interested in Mary. What she didn't know was that Fred was none other than Frederik, Crown Prince of Denmark. The chemistry was instant, but the moment felt natural. There were no airs or expectations, just a simple connection between 2 strangers from vastly different worlds. As the night ended, neither of them fully understood how pivotal that meeting would become. After the Olympics ended and Frederik returned to Denmark, something lingered in his heart. He kept in touch with Mary, and what began as casual communication quickly turned into something deeper. Emails turned into phone calls. Visits were arranged in secret. The relationship grew quietly across continents, out of reach from the world's prying eyes. For nearly a year, they nurtured their romance privately, navigating time zones, cultural differences, and the immense reality of Frederik's royal responsibilities. But their love would soon step into the spotlight. News broke that the Danish prince was romantically involved with an Australian commoner. Danish tabloids were swift to react. Some questioned her background, her intentions, even her ability to adapt to royal life. Denmark, a country with strong traditions, hadn't seen such a romantic deviation from royal expectations in generations. And yet, instead of running away, Mary confronted these challenges head-on. She began learning Danish, a notoriously difficult language, committing herself to integrating fully into Danish society. She also studied royal protocol and immersed herself in the history of the Danish monarchy. Meanwhile, Frederik stood by her. Their bond only grew stronger under pressure. In 2003, after 3 years of dating, Frederik proposed with a custom-designed ring that symbolized Denmark itself, a brilliant emerald-cut diamond flanked by 2 rubies, representing the red and white of the Danish flag. Mary said yes, and the world took notice. The commoner from Tasmania was about to become the future Queen of Denmark. Their wedding, held on May 14, 2004, at Copenhagen Cathedral, was a royal spectacle seen around the world. Mary, dressed in a breathtaking ivory gown by Danish designer Af Frank, walked the aisle with quiet grace. As the newlyweds stepped out into the Danish sun, the crowd roared in celebration. In perhaps the most emotional moment of the day, Frederik looked into her eyes and publicly declared, "You've made me whole." The fairy tale had officially begun. Marriage was only the beginning of Mary's royal transformation. She quickly became a global figure, elegant, poised, and intelligent. But her true power was her relatability. Despite her royal status, she remained deeply connected to the people, engaging in work that focused on mental health, anti-bullying campaigns, women's rights, and children's welfare. In Denmark, she earned admiration not just for her style and elegance, but for her substance. The public began referring to her as the People's Princess, a title never officially bestowed but widely embraced. As she embraced royal duties, Mary also became a mother. Together, she and Frederik had 4 children, Prince Christian, Princess Isabella, and twins Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine. Balancing royal obligations with raising a family isn't easy under constant public scrutiny. Yet Mary managed to maintain her image as a devoted mother while fulfilling her role as a global humanitarian and symbol of grace. The journey wasn't without its challenges. Royal life is never immune to rumors or criticism. Yet through it all, public judgment, personal loss, and pressure, Mary and Frederik's relationship remained remarkably steady. Their unwavering commitment to each other became one of the monarchy's greatest strengths. As other royal families faced scandal or division, Denmark's crown prince and princess projected calm, unity, and mutual respect. Then came the moment that would mark a new chapter in their lives. On January 14, 2024, Queen Margrethe II, the longest-reigning monarch in Danish history, abdicated the throne. Her son Frederik became King Frederik X, and Mary was crowned Queen Consort of Denmark. The world once again turned its gaze to the woman who had once been just a face in a Sydney bar, now standing at the pinnacle of royal life. Mary's rise from commoner to queen is not just a love story, it's a story of identity, resilience, and reinvention. She didn't just adapt to royal life, she redefined what it meant to be a modern queen. Unlike many consorts before her, Mary didn't fade into the background. She became a voice, a leader, and a global role model. She demonstrated that love is powerful, but it must be rooted in growth, support, and shared purpose. Today, Queen Mary continues to win hearts not just in Denmark but across the globe. Her legacy is shaping a new era of royalty, one that is approachable, compassionate, and connected to the real world. She and King Frederik are symbols of how tradition and modernity can coexist. Their story, born in the most unlikely of places, remains a beacon of hope for dreamers and romantics everywhere. From Hobart's quiet streets to the golden halls of Amalienborg Palace, Mary's journey is proof that fairy tales aren't just for storybooks. They live in the hearts of those brave enough to believe, bold enough to love beyond borders, and strong enough to carry a crown not just on their heads, but in their hearts. So, here's our question to you. If a chance encounter could change your destiny forever, would you recognize it when it came? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to B News for more untold royal love stories.